Good evening, everybody. Well, here we are again in our wonderful studio. Week 17, can't believe it, but hey, that's what life is all about, moving on all the time. And hasn't it rained? I was just lucky that I had two minds about it this morning, about putting the washing out and leaving everybody else in charge of it, so I didn't bother. But without any hesitation at all, let's get the lady of the show on. Here it is. Give a big hand for Lucy.
All right, my lovers. Oh, week 17 and still no cure. Yay! Although the live gigs are starting to knock at the door. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hopefully you can notice a little bit of a clearer picture because only 17 weeks in, I've worked out how to do this. So please say hello on all the chat, on the comments. Let me know who are you, where you're watching from. Roger, shut up.
Already.
My fans are in the house. Yeah, so everybody, welcome to week 17. I'm so excited to be here, your hostess with the mostest. Let me see if I can get rid of that Lucy show bit. But yes, how has everyone been? It's been rainy. It's been a bit clammy. I've had to have a couple of rejigs with the show. Some new segments, some old segments have gone. Bet you can all wish which one it was. Let's have a look. What is my brother? If you're playing the drinking game, I'm not. I haven't got a drink. I'm not playing.
Oh, sorry, darling.
For those of you that like to play the drinking game, my producer, my mum, asked me when the show has started if I'd like a drink. Let's have a look. Oh, look, all of your fans are in. Hello, Steve. Right, there we go. That's that.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's been a bit. Whew. So, you know what to do. Everybody, share this video. Come on, don't be shy. Sharing is caring. You know you want to. So this is where I attempt to put my makeup on. So come on, give the video a shot. Give the video a share. Oh, we got the t-shirt sellers are in. There we go. Hiya, Roscoe. No merch makes Chris Roscoe a very dull boy. But glad to have you here, sweetheart. And oh, let's have a look. See how Mum's done. Come on. Oh, she's got it in one. Well done, Mother. This is where I now open the posh tonic because, as my mum says, quote unquote, I drink the cheap shit. So there we go.
Well,
so yes, come on, everybody, start getting your messages in. Do you know I had last week 150 comments during the video?
That's really good.
I know, you chatty little buggers. Well, that's the whole point of this little meet in the village. Right. So, for those of you who know, we start with a Joe Wicks update. We've changed it. It's the Lucy update. Well, it's the Lucy show, isn't it? So, how are we going to be updated about Lucy? Well, let me tell you. My clothes have been getting a bit snugger. I think they've been shrinking in the wash. I've held it off. I mean, 17 weeks, and I've only just started noticing that my clothes are getting a little bit snug. So I have started doing this. I did 10 minutes of this. At one point, I got about 3 goes without it dropping down. So I rotated for 10 minutes and then it just falls down. But apparently they say practice makes perfect. So I will keep you updated. I know a diet should be seen and not heard, but not everyone's got their own fucking entertainment show. So if I've got to watch all of you guys update me with your bloody keto meals, let's have a look. So yes, they probably were, darling, but that's why we love you. Let's have a look. What else? Still cooking. Go on, Ray. We know that you're with us. Hey, hello, Alex, who is one of my podcast brothers from the USUC Weekly Bazaar. He's the USUC Podcasting Network king. He has done an awful lot of weight loss, and so has Tom Bruno from the USUC podcast, and so has Jamie Westwood. So I suppose I'm following by example of all the men that I work with. If they're going to start getting fit, I suppose I should join in too. Let's have a look. What's our Rog saying? Well, yes, house. I mean, come on, it shows willing. I mean, I'm very lucky that I have a nice enclosed garden where people can't see that easily, because it's you know, I was smiling for the camera, but as soon as the picture was taken, I went back to huffing, puffing and grimacing. I may have also used some very colourful language. So yes, 10 minutes of flailing. I also thought about weightlifting, and I also thought about using my skipping rope. So I mean, we're almost there.
Darling, it's the thought that counts.
Right, you nosy little buggers. We all know why you're here. It's the village update. What go on in the village? So, welcome to my village, all the new viewers that have found the stream through Joke Pit. It's an honour to have you here. This is just a nice little light-hearted entertainment show based in the middle of Devon, where although nothing happens, we don't have to talk about it.
Well, there's nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do but talk about each other. Glad it's not a video. I've got to be honest, Steve, if she'd come home earlier, it would have been. I also realised that due to the fact I can't keep the hula longer up than 10 seconds, it wouldn't have made a very good video.
You only need 10 seconds.
Well, you know, I'm trying. So we'll keep it updated. You know, eventually I should be able to keep that hula going for at least 7 revolutions. So yes, so hello and welcome. Now, last week the show was interrupted by visitors. Let's have a look what my brother's chipping in on. How's the wee fit still in the box?
It's not in the box. It's under the window seat.
It's under the window seat.
It's moved.
To be honest, we're using it to block the window seat up from the cats putting mice under there, because they like to bring the mice in and find somewhere to play with them. And the window seat is one of its targets, one of their targets. So the wee is on defence. So last week during the show, we were interrupted by bats. So I promised you information on what was happening. So let's have a look. There's a bat just up there. Number 3, we don't know where they're coming in from, but if you can just see here, there are the cats on watch.
I think we'll just get it into Lucy's.
More updates soon. So yes, that was information part 1. Yes, there was a bat. It was upstairs. So let's see how the story went.
What are you doing?
I'm now on the floor.
This one's going to be a bit tricky.
This one's going to be a bit trickier, as it's defending the staircase. So I'd gone up to have a look. The bat had then taken over the exit Now this one is for viewers with very careful eyesight. So you should be able to see little Flapperty just in the middle on the curtains. Oh, there you are, little Flapperty. We're trying to get you safe. Okay.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah. So there were the bats. So we had 3 of them, and the last time, just on the show, when the show started going to pot, basically, it was when I heard them say, "There's one in Lucy's room. We've just shut the door."
We had opened the window.
I was like, "I am gonna need that."
Say hello to Jane.
Oh, is Jane on there? I haven't seen.
Yes, Jane Healy.
Right. Okay, but the messages come up on mine eventually, so you're ahead of the game.
Oh, sorry, darling.
Outbreak of COVID. Is Bruv watching? All right, Bruv. All right. Hello, my darling, if Jane is watching. Yeah, so the bats came in. The most important thing is because bats are protected, we put the cats in the other room because we couldn't work out what the noise was going back and forth. And it was the cats going, "Oh, inside toys." At one point, my mum had a cat under each going, "I don't know where to go," just chucks them. So yes, the bats came in. We don't know if there was maybe they were just really big fans of the Lucy show and they really wanted to get involved. So yes, they've had their own bit. So bat news, they all fucked off back to where they came from. All bats are alive. So yes, all the local buy and sell forums as well have been brilliant because they have all got school clothes, where obviously they've been bought last term when the children were meant to be going into school, and the little buggers have grown.
Well, they do through the summer.
So unfortunately, all the clothes that they have to quickly do a quick back to the shop and buy more because the kids won't stop growing. Rude, buy your own clothes or stop growing, I think is the message. A lot of updates about people going back to school. When I say updates about people going back to school, parents rejoicing that they're going to find out that they're not having to look after their children. It's only for a short period of time, obviously, because school breaks up quite soon. But because it's September, because it's summer holidays, aren't they? Do they go back for a little bit? They're not back, are they?
No, they go back on September the something.
But there are kids, some kids have gone in for like a week or so.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. And even though people aren't sure about whether or not it's safe, the parents have weighed up children being safe versus children being outside of the house and under their responsibility. So children have been frog marched into school.
Yeah, so they should.
Update, for some of you who've been watching the village update for a couple of weeks now. In the village over the just over the roundabout that way. So let's bring up. So for those of you that know about the curious tale of the roaming chicken, well, the chicken is still roaming. It's now being seen outside the school, outside the post office, and outside the pub. Apparently during the day it does frequent one lady's garden because she's got 6 chickens. But unfortunately, she said that she doesn't have any more room for said chicken. But the roaming chicken, which is brilliant because that village has actually got a chicken farm. So I don't know whether it's escaped from that chicken farm.
Mine, being that it's white and from that village, it could have escaped from White Wonder. Almost whatever it's called, Two Sisters.
No, wrong village, Mum. The one with the honesty box. Yes, the one with the chicken farm, not the chicken processing plant. Very clever chicken. So I'm wondering, like, apart from going into people's gardens, do they get enough food just from scratching and pecking?
Yes.
Right.
Don't forget they're jungle.
They're jungle birds. Yeah, I mean that was what the Jungle Book should have been based on. Not as interesting as Bagheera and Baloo.
But they could have mixed it with Chicken Run.
Yes, they could have. Maybe that's the next Aardman.
Yeah.
The Aardman sale coming on.
The Jungle Chicken Run.
In one of the other villages that way, A beautiful little black kitty. Looked about a year old, with a tiny little white fluff just there, missing for 4 days and reunited. Well done, girl. And although this is not a village update, all right, so this is actually from Malaysia, but my friend Lucy, Lusy, from Malaysia, her dog went missing for a month and has come back today.
Oh my God, I'd be bereft.
Yep. So the dog is safe and back. I mean, talk about pressure.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. So in the same village as the chicken, they are not just under attack by chicken. They are under attack by moles.
Darling, you don't have to go further than our garden. We
So,
go about 20 miles.
I was reading all these comments whilst taking notes because I was trying to work out. Let's have a look. What's Roger got to say? Not as good as Nottingham. Police caught a penguin walking down the road, apparently escaped from a wildlife park nearby. Yes, and it will be covered on Friday in the Weekly Bazaar. But because it didn't happen in my village, I wasn't able to. Yes, there was a penguin just walking down the road.
Gosh, poor little thing.
I know, must have been terrified. And luckily, our friend Polly wasn't in Nottingham, as she would have taken that bugger home and put it in the bath and not told anyone about it. I can just imagine her son coming back and going, "Ah, there's a penguin in the bath." I know. So mole tips. Everyone went on the forum with their tips for how to get rid of moles.
Oh my God, I need that.
Exactly. So, mole traps, yeah, there are mole traps, but what they said the most important thing is don't touch the traps, because if you touch the traps, it has your scent on it and they'll avoid them. So you always need, if you are going to wear, if you are going to touch the mole traps, you have to do it with gloves. Oh my God, hello, Craig Solar. Haven't seen you since since Ivy me, bloody nearly a decade ago. Yes, it was picked up by the old Bill. Hopefully they picked it up by the fin. Posty with the mosty. Hi, Max. He brings communication to us, and then we entertain him back. Although I have to say, not seen you in one fancy dressed outfit yet. Judged. I'll have to bring the pictures out. There was a postman doing postal deliveries in Cranbrook in one of those blow-up dinosaur outfits, and it's amazing watching a Tyrannosaurus Rex pulling a little post wheelie bag. That is amazing. Let's have a look. Roger says put broken glass down in the runs. That sorts the buggers.
Does it?
There are alternatives.
Okay.
Right. Don't just take Roger's kill it method.
I'll take whatever.
Oh, yes, sweetheart. And then the next one was wee on the molehill at night. But I watched Olivia wee on the molehill by day, and it doesn't seem to stop them. The cats do think of them as instant wee patches. Apparently, mothballs sense them off. They don't like the smell of mothballs. Now this one was an interesting one. But get a transistor radio, wrap it so it's waterproof, and bury that because the sound waves detract.
Oh, too much hard work.
But burying a mothball biodegradable? They must be.
Yeah.
They're just sort of cakes, aren't they? Weird little
something
smelly cakes. They're not bad.
Yeah.
So and then last of all, get in the mole man.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking of that.
Yeah, it's better to try the cheaper.
I'll try the mothballs
mothball first. For everyone playing the drinking game, booming shot. Loads. I don't know where. Maybe everyone's finished their jigsaws at the moment, but there are loads of jigsaws being dealt on the black market round these ways. Oh, first gin of the day also goes down so well. Sorry, where was I? That's right. But still, no one came forward to say that they had the Titanic with the 5 missing pieces. So still, somebody is slowly going towards an iceberg of disappointment.
Oh my God, if it is the iceberg?
Jasper Carrot has a whole set of getting rid of moles. I miss Jasper Carrot. For me, it was his insurance, his innings. Those were my favourite. A tree jumped out at me. That was the best one. So look, Noel has put move to an upstairs flat. Problem solved. Thank you very much. All right, Dave's not watching because he's going to bed. Judged. Right. One person put that she noticed, and this is almost like philosophy with Lucy. What do you do if your neighbour's not recycling? And she said she saw it put everything went in landfill. So she questioned her, and she said, well, it all goes to Viridor, and Viridor all just goes into one big pile. But luckily, one of the guys from the recycling company chipped in on the thread and said, I can rest assured that all recycling is then sold on to the different companies that take on that different waste. But what you do? Because I mean, the thing is, everyone likes, round here, Tuesdays are bin night. So after we do this show, we'll put the bins out. And depending on how early you put them out means that people can walk along and just have a little look to see how much you're going through.
Not that we have anybody on our bit, so we can put as many bottles out as we like.
Exactly.
If you lived in a street, it would be very different.
I know a comedian covered this, but I know I said it was well before at the very beginning of lockdown, where you want to make sure it doesn't look like you've had a party. Because what you do beforehand, if you had lots of bottles, you say you've had a party, and now if you've got lots of bottles, you go, no, I'm an alcoholic. I haven't had a party. I haven't broken any sanctions. But beforehand, you'd be like, oh yeah, got some friends over. Now it's like, no, functioning. I'm absolutely functioning. So moving on to a little bit of trouble that I caused this week in the local forums. TSA claymores and hand grenades work quite well as well. Yes, and that would probably level our garden. We do need to dig it up and get rid of all the vole hills, because it's like the labyrinth out there. You can't walk in a straight line. It's sort of like over like that. So I noticed, and let me put the picture up so everyone can see. So I was in Tiverton, and I noticed this. So can you see they've got buy local, so they're doing trays of eggs, but just there, they're polystyrene boxes and they're green. So you're pretending to be oldie wordy by having to put the eggs in your own egg boxes, but they're using polystyrene. Now, for some of you, you might know that I am very anti-polystyrene because it takes 400 years to break down. And I say it's the same as not liking paedophiles.
It also contains a carcinogenic.
It also brings in carcinogenic, and it has been made a probable carcinogenic by the World Health Organization. So I got in touch and I put it on the forum for the town, saying, could everyone just, get in touch with Morrison's and say, what go on? Polystyrene is a little bit,
And we've banned it in the council.
Exactly. All I said was, if you can tweet Morrison's, please say, can we have cardboard boxes? That's all. At Morrison's, can we have cardboard boxes? And I had 27 people reply on why I'm wrong, why I should stop trying to interfere. I'm a Karen.
That's not very nice for people called Karen.
No, it's actually become an offensive term now. You can't just call people Karens. And
that's racist.
They're all telling me to sort of get over myself and to take in my own egg boxes. But then a few more people got in touch, and it's because there is a national shortage of wood pulp, which would be very interesting because I've not noticed Norboard factory at the top of Link Road closing down at all. Then wood chippers are coming in and out every single day. I'm watching the taut liners go past. So so the chip trailers are going up and down absolutely fine. For those of you that don't know, there's a factory just at the top of the North Devon Link Road which makes wood pulp, and they don't seem to be out of operation. And they highlighted in this newspaper article that Sainsbury's, Tesco's and Morrison's have gone back to plastic or polystyrene. They're saying that it's that or that. So I started getting in touch with all the biodegradable companies like Vegware or Biopack, saying they need to step in and do this. But this newspaper article where they've interviewed the big supermarkets, they've said, so you can use wood pulp for paper, tissue, cardboard packaging, and all that sort of stuff. But what the Sainsbury's, Morrisons and Tesco's have said is there's a shortage. That's the stuff that gets used for NHS bedpans and kidney dishes. So it's polystyrene, or you're denying the NHS of its resources.
But you're actually feeding the NHS with people who get ill from polystyrene.
Ta-da! So yeah, I've been shit stirring, boys and girls. Let's have a look. So we've got here we've got Swansea Tip hires people to go through the black bags and see if there's any recycling them. That's really good. Well done. Nice to hear that. We've got it's also sorts of neighbours you don't like. That's back to the grenades. Yes, but sadly, because where we live is so rural, it's our own garden we're messing. Let's have a look. Karen has officially been put in the Urban Dictionary. Male versions are Ken, Kevin, or Chad. Yeah, it's I just thought it was quite funny because, and I don't care if he's watching because I'm not using his name, but the person that called me a Karen, I had a little click on his profile, and he's got the big hashtag We Make Events, and he works in event management. Smaller events than I've ever worked in. I don't really know any of his stuff. I've only really been on big successful tours. But if he works for events, then he knows like the last 15 years, decent events haven't had anything with polystyrene on it. So he obviously just sits next to his flight cases and gets food brought to him. And by the looks of it, he, let's just say he takes advantage of that all-you-could-eat buffet. Yes, so
But there are people like that.
there are people like that. And also, he had a hipster beard and he was too old to have it.
Oh my God.
Let's have a look. Bunnies belong on the moon in it. I don't know whether or not. I think we've got some trolls. Welcome. You will not be fed. Thank you very much for enjoying your time here. So yes, also walking back from the pub the other day, I found a load of McDonald's rubbish thrown in our hedge. Fuck you if it was you. If it was you and I find you, I'm gonna put that rubbish in your fucking face. I was not happy to find that. I mean, you come out of McDonald's and it would have to be from Taunton because it was on our side of the hedge. And they've had their McDonald's and they've just thrown it. I don't understand people that litter. Oh, John, hello. John is Polly's friend. Hello, my love. And was it Craig Finney? I don't know who that is. Or was that that little fella that would only eat fast food? I don't know. Right, so the other thing, I've been tweeting my dreams. As I wake up, I tweet my dreams. And twice in 2 days, I had a dream about the estate where my grandmother and my grandfather lived. And I dreamt about having to drive a bus through the estate. And at the very top of the hill, you've got to really check my dream that I took a really nice wide swing to get it down the slope towards Granny's house. And I can see the wall there and the railing there and how close it was, which is strange because in real life there isn't a wall there. There's just a broken down camper van. Just there at the top where Glad's was, the house before.
Oh, right.
And the woman that lived there that I played with as a child got in touch with me and said she was thinking about me recently. So yeah, I dreamt about the place. And let's have a look. I understand people who litter, they are scumbags, definitely. And then stage manager on Beyonce. Oh! Oh, yeah, he was nice. And then we've got somebody else who's trying to troll me, I think. But the best thing is I get better insults off my brother and my friends during this show. So try again, sweetheart. But well done for having opposable thumbs because you managed to find the space bar. Mwah.
Oh, do you think that they had one of those make it up yourself school qualifications?
Yes. Donna's just messaged me on my phone, which means she doesn't realise that I'm broadcasting, which is weird because I'm going to thank her during the thanking section. Right, and then also don't forget, Monday to Wednesdays are Eat Out to Help Out, so go and support your local pubs. So yes, so for those of you that remember this segment, Shoe of the Week has gone. It's no more. I know that Roger and Steve loved it, but we have got tomorrow's chip papers. So somebody has made it to the news that, quite frankly, I don't think they deserve to. Now, this week's Tomorrow Chip Papers is brought to you on behalf of WAP, which is the song that's just recently been brought out by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And Russell Brand has chipped in. So a little bit of a
Saint
back.
Russell.
Oh, Saint Russell. Yes. So Cardi B and Megan have done a song which is rather risque. It's Naughty Warty. And I'm not even going to tell you what WAP stands for. But let's just say it's referring to a way you can tell if a lady is satisfied. I'll tell you later. So in Cardi B videos, she does dress very risque because it's her body. She's proud of it. No one's going to tell her what to do. And the video is all about women pleasuring themselves. But that is their want. They're the mega millionaires. And oh, hang on. Ray, don't. She'll make me bring it back. He's got no Christine's Shoe of the Week.
Maybe next week, Ray.
Ray, yes, you are correct. For those of you who can read that, it is about that. So this is what Russell Brand has got to say about these ladies. Very successful millionaire ladies. It's only been out a week and a half and they've had 95 million views on YouTube. So they really care about what some washed up, hairy-chested, bloody overly large V-neck comedian has to say. He asked whether women achieve equality by aspiring to and replicating the values that have been established by men.
Really?
Okay. So he's trying to make out that if a man has done something, then that means it's dibsied. And if a woman then does it, she's emulating a man. So he thinks that music videos from women hip-hop artists are an emulation of a template that already exists and was established by males. Is it equality if the template has already been established by a formal dominator? And then he answers, no, because we wouldn't want to worry our little pretty head scratching an answer out of that one. He then goes to point out that Thatcher wasn't a feminist, and she was extolling and espousing male values. Use as many big words as you want, mate. Just come across as a prick. So if a man goes on the moon and then a woman goes on the moon, she's emulating men because he dibsied it first. So because male rappers have done sexy rap videos, for a woman to do a sexy rap video means that she's trying to be a man. I mean, take it back to Freud and just make out that we all want to fuck our mums. No offense, mum. Because judging by the comment board, it's... So yes, Deborah Francis White, who is a comedian, well, not a comedian, but she's a broadcaster. She does a podcast. I think she's a comedian, sorry. She does The Guilty Feminist. And she said this: I really don't want to be taught feminism by Russell Brand, but I'm looking forward to Louis C.K.'s thoughts on why Beyonce is getting it all wrong. Oh, so Russell Brand has come out as being a sex addict. Russell Brand famously leaving answer phone messages on an old man's phone number saying about how he fucked his granddaughter. Apparently, according to hearsay and from what I read on the internet, people that were his fans that signed up to see him when they were 17, he'd kiss them on the lips. Security would line them up so that he could have naughty time with them.
Gosh.
But because he's apologized for his behavior, that's fine. Yeah. Let's have a look. Ray has put, if you want a real laugh, watch the video of Ben Shapiro being baffled by the lyrics. If it doesn't sound like macaroni in a pot, it's one of the lyrics. And Drew Peacock, always nice to hear from Drew Peacock, although I believe you were huge something or other during the kitchen sink. I do like a funny name. Maybe it's totally wrong. Hugh Janus. It was Hugh Janus, wasn't it? This is coming from a man who couldn't keep Katy Perry happy. No, but if you've seen Orlando Bloom body surfing, we can see why that's happened. He did a naughty video. But yes, it was lovely for a guy that's no longer a sex addict, and using of women for his own gratification to now be a vegan and a dad and all namaste and shit. To tell us exactly.
It doesn't work like that.
Exactly. But he knows what feminism is, and luckily he's told us what it is as well, because we were quite confused.
Once a bad person, always a bad person.
The fact he named his book Bucky Whoop was the only thing
Well,
I
that's
liked.
because, yeah, that's because his mind can't think of proper words.
No, it was a competition on Radio 2, and he kept to it. So yes, next stage. Stuff from my room. Let's have a look what I could gab on about things I found in my room. Let's see. Let's see if I can show it to you. This was a beautiful handmade crown that was made for me. Oh, it does look really good. Made for me by Charlie Kendall, who is absolutely amazing at handcrafts. I don't know if it's equal. Where's the middle? So yes, I'm sure Russell will tell me if I'm wearing it right. Isn't it great having feminism mansplained? I know, sometimes I get so confused. I don't know what I'm standing for. Thank fuck I'm sat right now. But hang on. I did this show because I was inspired by my friend and comedian, Jerry Kay. So I'm emulating him. I just want to be a man.
But he dresses as a woman.
Jerry, if you watch this clip back, that's amazing, because he does the most amazing Beyonce video ever. So I'm emulating a man who dresses up as a woman. Perfect. Jerry Kay is on Quizzically Challenged and a few other Joke Pit shows. You should watch him. He does a Jerry Kay show every at 7 o'clock. You should see him on TikTok, Jerry Kay. He does brilliant comedy joke videos, and his poetry is amazing. You should follow him on Twitter, and it's just Jerry Kay full stop, because his name's actually Jerry Shea, but it's K-Y-E-I. I think I got it right there, Jerry. But yes, brilliant. I really am enjoying. I'm going to have to find out tomorrow's chip papers, or even send in tomorrow's chip papers. People that have made a point that, quite frankly, it's not going to last. So yes, this was made for me by my friend, and it took her 4 hours to make. And I said, why don't you go into making them properly? And she said, because it takes too fucking long. But when I moved down to Devon, it was brilliant. I met up with Charlie and Georgie, sisters, and I was very lucky to live with them in a mansion in High Week, and we used to have the most amazing huge manor parties when we were bright young things. But yeah, that's just one of the most beautiful things. Are you auditioning for the next Diana role? I've seen the adverts for the new Diana musical on Netflix. I was Walls. I'm Princess, I'm a princess. I can do big eyes and look up. There we go. Hello, this is the Lucy Show. What do you think? Don't audition for any Diana role. Doesn't end well. No, but I think the Queen would have loved me. I was holding out for Harry. That would have gone differently. Oh, would I not to have a kid though? I'm not that
Several.
maternal. Oh, yeah.
Yes, but darling, there's such a thing as nannies.
Oh yeah, maybe that's okay. If
Just
you
have them, pass them on.
can they, because they're obviously they're really powerful people. Can they like gestate a bit faster? Can you just do 6 months of it?
No.
No. Okay.
But you never have to have an actual birth. You could have a cesarean.
Yes.
Less
And after all, they just
stressful.
put a zip in, don't they?
Yeah.
So big birthday section this week because
Everybody's got a birthday.
well, this is 9 months on really from
Birth.
winter time. So there's a lot of babies born this time of year. So we've got Ellie, who is my friend from the Beautiful Days and other festival crews. She's an amazing woman and I've worked with her for many years. And I bought my caravan off her. Also, Sally, the double driver, Steve and Roger and Roscoe, you'll know her. She's from the Horsey lot, so happy birthday, Sally. LCA rep and amazing stand-up comedian, Pope Lonergan, who was on my first ever John Pearson show. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Pope. And Chris Ray's girlfriend, Jessica. I put a message up. Are there any birthdays you want mentioned? And Chris Ray said it's his Jessica's birthday. I don't know if they're watching, but I do as I told. I read out from pieces of paper that I write. And Sarah Basma, it's not a birthday this week, but it will be in the next day or two. So she'll get a double shout out because Sarah's in this village, and this is a show for people in this village.
And her mother lives next door.
And her mother lives next door as
And
well.
has a key to the house.
Exactly. So, that she could come up and just write them in the notes herself. So happy birthday, everybody. Get in touch with if you've got anyone with a birthday for next week. Let's have a look. If you squeeze them out and give them over to nannies, you end up with Jacob Rees-Mogg. Well,
Nah,
he's tall.
take the risk.
Hopefully they'll all be girls. You can do genetic choosing. Chrissy Teenbury. John Legend's missus got to choose what sex hers was.
Oh, excellent.
Now, TV and radio. TV and radio. Right, I've got to start with the Archers. Okay. So, right, what's the name? Alice has been complaining because she left her job before they fired her. And she's trying to become an alcoholic, but people keep asking her to do work, which is getting in the way of her drinking. So she's having to hide the bottles here, there, and everywhere. So she is part owner of the family farm, and they've asked her to work on the family farm because her brother had a car accident, and he's the farm manager. So she's having a massive tantrum that she's being asked to help out to save one of the farms that she owns, and she'll be handsomely paid for it. But it is interfering with all of her drinking, and she's getting really pissy about it. Luckily, they've got the most amazing sound effects where you can hear it screwing and unscrewing it. She goes, "Oh, one more phone call." And I just think, as annoying as she is, she could be a better alcoholic than she is being. She's dabbling with alcoholism. Fuck it, do it full throttle.
Yeah.
At the moment, she's probably drinking no more than her mother. We've started watching. So we've watched a bit more of Marple. We did Murder is Easy this week. And we've done, now, if you go on UK TV Play, booming shop, everybody, for those of you playing the drinking game. So, Marple is on ITV Play. So go onto the UK TV Play app or catch up. We've got it on our TV as one of those buttons. It's the Broken Wood Mysteries. So it's like Midsummer Murder, but it's set in New Zealand. And I absolutely adore their accents. Darling Steve, I would if I could. I taught everyone else that I know. So it's about a little sleepy town called Brokenwood where nothing ever happens, and the guy goes to live there. And since he's lived there, there's been 8 murders. We're only on episode 3. But because they're from New Zealand, they all talk like this. It took us 90 seconds. It took us an hour of a 90-minute show to work out if he was called Stin or Stint. Because it's been murdered.
And they find it in the shit.
In the shit. There's the chemicals are in the shit. It's amazing. For those of you that love the Graham Norton show and are fan of the New Zealand Red Chairs, this is 90 minutes of it. It is perfect. Radio-wise, so I've done the Archers. If you go on 5 Live, I love the Ellison John show, which is very, very funny, and I can't recommend it highly enough. At night, before I go to bed, I listen to a little bit of on Radio 4. I play it on the Sounds app. I'm listening to Murder in the Caribbean, which is the story that Death in Paradise is set on, because it's set in St. Honoré. Yes, as they always say there. We tried watching Harlots for all of 2.5 seconds. Next. Turns out it wasn't a comedy. Nothing worth probably talking about there then. Now, for those of you that are a fan of Diane Morgan, who does Crunk, and she was in Afterlife. She plays the restaurant critic in Afterlife. Yeah. So she's got a new series, only 6 episodes, only 50 minutes long, but they're called Mandy. And it's amazing. So the starts off, episode 1 is where she's having an interview at the job centre, and the guy in the job centre is played by the guy that runs the paper in Afterlife. So she's obviously, where did they meet? But that is absolutely hilarious. For those of you that know, I always watch Brooklyn 99. I finally worked out I'm on series 4 still. 17 weeks and I'm still watching Brooklyn 99. Let's see. No, my brother's not chipped in yet. And then you can watch the Weekly Bazaar podcast, because we are putting up all of the filmings onto the USUC podcast YouTube channel. And for this week, I would suggest you watch Kitchen Sink with Dario Durham, and Ariel Suma's show is up for viewing and delectation there, and that's available through all of the Joke Pit programs, platforms, and on the Kitchen Sink on YouTube. Which means we've gone on to Truck Stop Review, my favourite part of the show. Oh, Michael's not watching this week. Hey, there he is. Better late than never, bro. Jane's message never came up.
It was on mine. You were probably a bit slow.
No, but it never came up on mine at all, and it should do.
Oh, well.
Let's have a look. So,
Write in and complain.
I know. Dear StreamYard, one of my people couldn't get in touch.
Or, better still, send it to Ask Lucy.
I'll do the jokes, Chris. So, if anybody is watching that can speak Polish, I can't pronounce this. It's embarrassing, I know. But
give it a go.
Yes, so we I did a truck stop. I had it come up on Facebook that this time last year I was in a truck stop in Poland with my friends Roger and Steve and little Jerry and 2 others. Can't remember.
Someone else.
2 others, yeah. So this time last week we were in the most amazing. I've never been to a Polish truck stop like this, and it's sort of like you pull in and it looks like a tiki bar. So you just go in and you've got the sort of wood covered top of it, and just a huge barbecue and loads and loads of meat. And they sell, you take your plate up, they put the meat on it, they weigh your plate, and you go by the weight. So this is it. It was on the A18 on the way to Krakow. And you can just see, let's have a look. So where's my finger? That way there. That's it. Okay, so that's where we parked, and it was really nice. And this is the memory that came up on Facebook this time last year.
Chappers and Ash were the other two.
Oh, right.
I know these things.
Really? Or you just read the comment before it came up?
No, I just guessed it.
My mother knows Chappers and Ash were with us. And it's just amazing because the food was absolutely lush. So Steve goes in and gets a plate because I had to pick what I wanted Steve to go first so I could decide what I wanted and see what it was. But he bought so much, he couldn't finish it. So I had half his meal. And then I couldn't finish my meal. And then I put it in Tupperware. And I always used to get mocked for taking Tupperware on the road. And then when we arrived at the festival, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning and there was no food available whatsoever. Everyone was starving. I toddle off to the cab, put on RuPaul's Drag Race and get my Tupperware of food out. So thank you for buying me the meal, Steve. Couldn't buy any orange juice there.
Really?
Yeah, all they had was like Sunny D and fake.
Oh.
You got to fly. Oh no, there you go. So yes, that was, and I remembered as well that we moved on to another Polish truck stop, and then Roger and Steve reminded me of this today, that they had a truck wash there. It was a lovely time, but there was a guy in like psychopath dungarees, sort of topless, but had psychopath dungarees on. And he just looked really, really creepy. And then later on, the boys noticed that he'd been standing at the foot of my cab for about an hour, trying to get a glimpse in at the window. Well done. Well done, creepy people. Oh, it's a lovely, yeah. And it was so cheap. So cheap. It's very strong though. And unfortunately nowadays we tend to see them less in Morrison's and more thrown into the hedge. I don't like it when truck drivers throw beer cans out their windows when they're driving, because we know if you're Eastern European or not, because of the side of the window you throw them out of. If they're on that side of the road, shame on you. So that moves on to Ask Lucy. Oh my God, I'm rambling so much. It's 5:02 and I'm still gabbing away. Thank fuck, it's my show.
You can do whatever you like.
Was
darling.
it Germany with the crepe? It was Germany with the creepy guy. Why did I think it was Poland? Well, because they're near. No, but the truck stop review was Germany. It was just the creepy guy standing at the base of my cab was Germany. First question I had in was, if you could be an animal, which animal would it be? The easy thing to say would be a cat, especially a cat owned by us.
I'd love to come back as a cat owned by me.
Yeah, you do. You just lie around, get told you're pretty,
Get
cuddles,
fed.
food, soft furniture, house, garden,
Bed.
But I think if I come back, it would be as like a big fuck off Siberian tiger. So I'm very, very lovely.
It's still a
Unless
cat.
you get close.
Still a cat.
3 comedians that you're into right now. For me, I'm going to go, I'll give 4 because I love Ellis and James. So Ellis, James and John Robbins. But I also love the podcast by Kiri Pritchard McLean and Rachel Fairburn. So that's 4 technically. So that's 2 double acts. What's your claim to fame? I once guessed how many mini eggs were in a big jar, and I won a hamper of Easter eggs, and I got into the Echo. Yeah, that's where you recognise me from.
Was that in Boots?
I think so. It was in Boots,
Yeah.
but I think the hamper was
Like a Thornton's thing.
it was sponsored by Barclays Bank. I remember.
Oh,
Oh, thank you, Hugh. You said really nice things on the kitchen sink. Thank you.
yes.
If you're being sarcastic, I'm gonna just assume you're being nice. And hunted for my coat. Yes.
Well, yeah.
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 I mean,
Well, you know, I still, the big, the big Siberian tigers with the pads, the big, and they get snow on their face and they go. I'm obviously not going to choose what animal I'm going to be based on am I going to get hunted and skinned. Very good point here, Ray. Surely come back as the curious chicken that terrorizes the village. I would, because I make great chicken noises as well. Watch this. If you don't own chickens, you don't realize that is an actual spitting image. That is, you think, where's the chicken? Where's the chicken? Are you usually early or usually late? If it's for work, early. If it's for personal appointments, late. The definition,
Far better to make it a grand entrance.
if I'm being paid on time or early, if I'm just there for social gathering,
Oh, Savannah.
oh no, Savannah.
Yeah.
But then you don't get to go out. You're a house cat. People have.
Oh, they do take you out on a lead.
Oh, get me a harness. Roger sent me a picture of Gandhi's circus, asking if this is the guy I've been talking about, because I always wang on about David Gandhi. Trust me, I'd love to play at David's circus.
Wouldn't we all?
Wouldn't we all? Me first. What quirks do you have? We're nearly out of time already. All right, settle down.
Isn't life a quirk?
If you touch my nose, I can touch my nose, but if you touch my nose twitches. If I see two magpies, I do that. If I walk over three drain covers, I always have to say someone's name.
You have to have 2 cups of coffee in the morning.
I have to have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, or I'm not approachable. Very much like a Siberian tiger. In fact, I'm trying to think how many people are on this chat now that know that I'm not approachable before 2 cups of coffee. Oh, thank you. No, a bantam is either sex. Don't be a cock. I've got a very quirky sister. Yes, it's not me. It's my sister, Brucey. She's a bitch in the morning. Yeah, my biggest quirk is I'm not approachable in the morning.
Yeah.
I am able to work. I am able to receive and deliver instructions, but there are no niceties. No.
Not until the afternoon.
Not until the afternoon. Fools are not suffered until 3 hours after consciousness. I'm being nice there. And what is your dream car? I would like a Morris Traveller, but I want it in a Jaguar Racing Green. I know, different makes, but there is something beautiful about the wood panelling, and you just know that you'd have your wellies there, your barber there, and a little picnic blanket, and a wicker basket with chilled wine in it. Oh! So that'd be my dream car. If I couldn't have that, then it would be anything with a chauffeur.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I like driving, but if I could not drive, I drove to London this week with my friend to see her elderly dad. He's not very well, and I hadn't realised how much I enjoyed driving. But sad thing was, it took 7 hours to do 3.5 hours of driving, and I remembered I like driving when I'm not in queues. So I enjoyed the journey back because it was non-stop the whole way. But driving there, I just went silent. I just went, don't talk to me. Yeah, Noel knows I'm not a very nice person in the morning. Now, for those of you that know the Lucy Show of old, I used to have a donation system based on coffees, but now that I work with Joke Pit, I've got a fancy thing where if you go onto the Joke Pit page, let me just go on there. Oh, let me click on here. 1 second. And you can go on to, so it says A to Z. Imagine Kevin and Perry. Hit it by times 10. That is Lucy in the morning. to jokepit.com and you see the A to Z of comedians, you put in Lucy Orchard, then you can go on there and you can buy me a G&T.
How civilized.
Yes. So instead of buying me a coffee, you can buy me a G&T. So if you enjoy any of the shows that I do, for example, The Kitchen Sink, The Lucy Show, Big World Small Talk, or if you listen to the Weekly Bazaar podcast, then please go on there and buy me a gin. It doesn't cost much. I think it's about £3. In fact, no, actually, you can put how much you want to donate. The minimum you can put in is 50p. So if you could just spare anything, because it all goes to supporting me paying for my tech, because the fancy StreamYard and all these buttons that I'm pressing, they don't come for free. Let's have a look. See. Oh, Hugh, you could be my Parker to my Lady Med. As long as you've got a clean license, absolutely. Go for it, honey. But as I say to everybody driving me, avoid the drain covers because it makes me pour my wine and spill. So yes, that was my shameless begging section. So if you are able to either enter me into the Funny Women's Award for Best Web Series, because I can't enter myself, it has to be other people. That would be amazing. And if you buy me a G&T, that would also be absolutely amazing as well. There we go. That's the one I'm pressing here. So that should be, yeah, underneath. So you've got all my details there. So for the plug section, tomorrow at 8 p.m. there is a paid Zoom gig, and it's going to be for Tickle Pink. And it is going to be lots and lots of amazing comedians. I mean, they haven't put my name on here just yet because they sent the poster out before they got all the names on there. So Leslie Gold, amazing. Erin Crouch, who is an American comedian that lives in Germany. Her one-liners are absolutely off the chain. Rebecca Ann, she is an amazing woman that I know. She is a Canadian living in Paris. So we've got an American in Germany. We've got a Canadian in Paris, and we've got a Welsh girl in Devon. So that'd be amazing. So I'll put that Tickle Pink poster on Lucy Orchard Comedy. Also, Nodding Dog competition. It's Heat 5 Sunday. I'm Heat 6. So another Alex Kitson from Bristol got through, my friend from Bristol. So that's brilliant. I said, like I said on the show, I hope he gets in so I can beat him. So that's Online Comedian, and that's powered by Joke Pit as well. The Weekly Bazaar podcast, if you go on to any of the podcast providers, for example, Pod Addict, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, all those shenanigans, I'm on the Weekly Bazaar, but Superhero Bar Fight and What's the Difference is also worth a listen. And we've got as well this Thursday at 6 p.m. we've got the amazing Dario Durham, who is friend of the show and Rafa's Comedy. He's amazing. He is a fantastic comedian from Chicago who will tell us all about the Buddies Comedy Bar that he's got running. And they've had to do all the partitions, and they've had comedy gigs going now for ages, and nobody has caught COVID from their venue. So I will be asking them questions, because over here you're only allowed to do a live comedy gig if they are a professional comedian. You can't do an open mic, because apparently if you haven't been paid lots and lots and lots for comedy, you're more germy. I mean, I'm riddled. So comes up now to the show it all suggesting. I'm not highlighting that, Ray. So for this, so like I said, you know, feel free to get me through the best web series. So the show it all game. So let's go through last week's questions. Okay, so what got stolen from somebody's wall? Somebody nicked their planters. Okay, I love this section. It makes me feel like it's round the horn. Last week, what idiotic mistake did I make with my camping stove? I burnt my eyelashes lighting my bag. Sorry to my American viewers, lighting my cigarette. Name a Miss Marple film I mentioned. It was Nemesis, The Moving Finger, Pricking of My Thumb, The Sisterford Mystery, Bertram's Hotel, or Ordeal by Innocence. You could have any of those. And name something I review on the show. Shoes, truck stops, TV and radio. Yeah, I am a chicken. My other claim to fame. I can do an amazing chicken. Right, so for this week, for viewers of this week, okay, so here's the certificate. There's a space there for your name to be a Lucy Show It All. All you've got to do to get this is to get 3 questions right and share this
3
video.
or 4.
Well, there's 4 questions. You just got to get 3 right.
Okay.
So, question number 1. What fitness have I started? I've started exercising a new fitness, and I showed you a picture. Okay, so what's my new fitness regime? Name an animal from the Village Update. Let's take that off the screen. Maybe a clue. Okay. 3. Where in the world was this week's truck stop? Okay, and then question number 4. What do we drink during the show? I've made the questions very easy this week. I'm really looking forward to the fitness update and just the pictures of me sweating and crying. So that is all you need to do. Now, I'd like to say a big thank you to Sarah Bridgman for coming up with the idea of using that camera phone, because isn't the picture clearer this week, boys and girls? It's the way forward. It's like having the technology and having the brains to work out. Both Sarah and I are actually IT teachers, and it's only taken us 3 months to work out between us 2 IT degrees, and we've only just worked out. Use the computer here, but the camera there. Wow, genius. You know, maybe when I became a comedian, I just lost all my sense. Roger, Noel, and Steve are about to comment. And I'd like to say thank you, Andy, for helping me work out this weekend for myself. I'm going away. I'm staying in a house not far from me, but it's like a holiday. It's literally an hour away.
Hey, staycation.
It's a staycation. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not seeing anyone. Right, let's see. Noel's entered the competition. Let's see now. Has he led you down the merry path, or has he given you ideas? 1, putting your socks in the morning. 2, elephants. Harry Island, and 4, white spirit.
Well done.
Well done, Noel. But yes, please like and share. And a big thank you to all you viewers, because I'm really enjoying seeing the numbers going up each week. And for the regular viewers that have been with me from start, thank you very much, guys. It's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit visit to the local village. If you have any news stories that you think would be good for tomorrow's chip papers, please do send them in. Possibly as ridiculous as an ex-sex addict, or you can be an ex-sex addict.
No,
A
you
sex
can't.
addict explaining feminism to the world, i.e. women. I could have made one of the questions find out what WAP stands for, but you can do that in your own time. Let me know. Message on Lucy Orchard Comedy under this video when you find out what that video is. Don't aim the points at me though. I don't know why I've said this. I'm retracting really quickly. Just know that after this show, I will be showing my mother this video, and she's never going to look at macaroni in the same way. So come on, this is where we try and fit us both on. Come on, Chris. So thank you very much, everybody, for being part of the show.
Yes.
Couldn't do it without you. All of your comments, they all make me smile. And see you this time next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Or as I like to say, see you next Tuesday. What do we say, Mum?
See you all next week.
She won't say it.
I certainly won't.
So it just goes to show.
You've got more chance of turning into a Siberian tiger.
Wild. Living. Right. Right. So 1 second. Yes, I will watch. Ray, I will watch the Ben Shapiro. Bingo, wing swinging, penguins. All right. Bingo, wing swinging, penguins, Scunthorpe, Trucktizer, and Good Night Ladies. Oh, thank you very much, guys. You're absolutely wonderful people. So just don't be shy. Go on joepitt.com, find my name, and buy me a gin or buy me a coffee, please. I could really do with some help paying for the StreamYard. I didn't do work for this. It doesn't come out, just off the top of my head. Someone's got to put them pictures in the fucking machine. How's your phone better than mine on mine?
Well, because it's perfect.
I set it up.
There's no answer to that, darling.
Yeah, good night, ladies. Thank you very much, Hugh.
Very good turn.
Well done, Mum. The main reason I got.
Darling.
Come on, everyone. Come on, wait for it to drop. No, I did this week. Rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Shit. I
What's
told
he
him.
doing?
Dave, if you're watching, hey, darling. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Buy me a gin.
Yes, please buy her a gin.
I'm costing her a fucking fortune.
In gin.